We spend most of our time talking news, politics, and policy on Up and At 'Em, but not surprisingly, that's not what the majority of Americans are talking about.
Our intrepid reporter, Siri Freeh, spends hours sifting through the landfill of American culture to bring you the top 5 trending topics on social media. Siri, what's trending?
Number 5.
Wow.
You turned that mic on.
He's the one who forgot to turn her mic on this
Can you believe
time.
it? I was so busy dancing to my song. For all of us who tuned into the Olympic opening ceremonies hoping to catch yet another boondoggle, the Pearl of the Riviera did not disappoint. There was indeed an Olympic ring mishap during the opening ceremonies of the 2014 Olympics in Sochi. Amid a spectacular display of snowflakes bursting into Olympic rings, one snowflake did not trigger, preventing the subsequent fireworks. Now,
Looked like
but
an asterisk.
for those who are greedy for even more scandal, the web kicked out a follow-up story that spread quickly online, despite the obviously ridiculous verbiage used in even the most blatantly satirical story. Here we go again. The Daily Current reported Saturday that the man responsible for operating the Olympic rings during the opening ceremonies was found dead the next day with multiple stab wounds.
Well, didn't they say this about the guy who designed the Kremlin or something, that he was blinded so he could never make something as beautiful as... This is believable in Russia.
I suppose.
This is believable even in the States. I even saw somebody post this on Facebook, post this story. They really thought this
Genuinely
was
believed
legit. Well, okay, listen to this. According to the story, although his body was badly mangled and the wounds were consistent with the struggle, so far officials say they don't suspect foul play. You know, sure, there were stab wounds and bruises all over the body, admits the lead investigator on the case.
They don't believe it's foul play. Igor Foul Play was in a different city.
That's right. Daily Current, The Onion, and Christians for Michelle Bachmann. Those are all parody satire things.
Satirical.
They're not real.
Current.
So,
Oh, it's with an A. Is it current?
Current.
yeah, it's
Okay.
current.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not current.
It's an A.
Current?
It's
Right. It's not current like it's a food, a current.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know.
Or daily and current.
Well, anyway, so in the story, they said maybe the guy tripped and fell on the rest of the knives. Right now, we're ruling this as an accidental death. Oh, man.
That's current with an E.
Well,
I know.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, okay.
joking.
some have
That's why I was confused.
Current's a berry.
Let the nice girl talk.
Some have argued that reports such as these should make their fallacy of the stories known, even more obvious to prevent people from being duped.
No.
But isn't that the whole point of satire, which is defined as the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity?
I'll be honest. I hate it when I don't realize that it's a joke.
Yep.
And I've been
Duped.
I've been a jerk the whole time. Mm-hmm. Such a jerk.
I just assume everything's a joke.
I was kind of hoping you'd get all upset about this story. And you'd kind of go off, this is Russia. This is still the Soviet Union bleeding through.
Can't believe they killed this man.
He
It was
fell,
an honest mistake.
fell on his knives.
Number 4.
Well, Wagner was excited as she waited in the kiss and cry area after delivering what she thought was a strong performance in the lay short program at the Sochi Olympics in figure skating. U.S. figure skater Ashley Wagner has gone from beaming beauty to ice queen. The 22-year-old Olympian had a huge smile after skating on Saturday until the instant she saw her latest score.
This was during the team event.
Okay.
Did you see her face? The
Yes.
two different
Well,
faces?
you sit and wait, and in this team event, you sit and wait in the kiss and cry area, but your team's behind you with a big flag.
Yes.
And you sit and wait for your score to pop up, and you paste a smile on your face through your nerves. And then they show the score, and you can immediately tell what these skaters are thinking.
Now, they know
because if
that
they like their score, they're excited. If it's an okay score, they
They
grin
just
and
kinda
bear
grin.
it. But
it's a bad
Ashley Wagner's
score-
reaction was,
Well,
"This is BS."
she actually mouthed this was BS, but full out.
Right.
To one of the teammates sitting right next to her in the kiss and cry section. You know that there's a camera on you.
So it was more of a curse and cry?
Yeah.
Right, yes.
I like her better
exactly.
because of this now.
Me too.
Really?
I like honesty.
Well, yeah. Her sudden disgust was captured on camera and quickly became an internet sensation. The rapid-fire change from radiant to raging became the first meme of the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, rivaled only by gymnast Michaela Maroney's not impressed face from the 2012
right now to-
Summer Olympics. No.
You're
No.
way off. Stop
She
it.
was like, come on, Ben, let's see your version of it.
Oh, that's good, Ben.
I love it. Well, to score that low is very disappointing to me. A more diplomatic Wagner told reporters, but honestly, this was more about This was more about me and my performance and proving to everyone why I belong here. Ooh, she seems a little bit self-centered.
Well, when you're an Olympic athlete, when you were young and your entire short life has been leading up to this moment,
true.
and I believe she screwed up a little bit in the U.S. tournament in order just to get here. She was looking at this team event to kind of set the stage of, okay, let's see if I'm back or not. She felt confident. She feels like she's back. And then the scores come back. Oh, you weren't as good as you thought you were.
Come on, Siri, we have the video when you weren't in the top 15 for Miss America saying the exact same thing. Except it was a horse.
Lies.
Didn't you punch the girl next to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone out there, that is satire right there. Do not believe that. Do not believe
It
that.
comes from a reputable news source.
That's right. I heard it on a morning radio show.
Speaking of satire, a familiar-looking coffee shop has opened up in Los Angeles, except this one is called Dumb Starbucks. A legal tempest is brewing in the Starbucks teapot as it became clear late Monday that Dumb Starbucks was not the real thing, but a parody produced by Comedy Central TV host Nathan Fielder.
So it's got all the logos and everything, but it just says dumb on it as well. You go into the restaurant, the menu has all of the Starbucks menu items, but they all have dumb in front of it. So it's a dumb latte and a
dumb iced caramel macchiato, dumb green tea frappuccino.
Did they serve everything? Was it a functional restaurant?
Yeah, but
dumb chai tea.
except it is all free, actually.
Oh, nice.
Which sounds smart to me. The creators...
starting Monday, we're going to be the dumb Tom Bernard show.
If that gets people over here to listen.
Satire. Fair use.
And it's free.
Oh, my gosh. Well, the creators are calling the shop parody art in their frequently asked questions to protect themselves from the notoriously...
Come on, smart girl. Say litigious.
Litigious coffee
Judicial
shop.
system.
I can't say it.
Yes.
Which last month, Starbucks sued a small bar owner over his Frappuccino beer.
Yeah.
Can you believe that's kind of
dumb.
rude.
If this is for a sketch and this is a set, there is not a problem.
So what is
if this was a business and they were going into business and making a profit? Then it's a huge problem.
But they're not. They're giving it away for free. So what does Starbucks say about this?
Right, because it's a set.
They said, Starbucks says, we are aware of the store. It's not affiliated, but we are evaluating the next step. And while we appreciate the humor, they cannot use our name, which is protected trademark. So now on Monday, the store was shut down. So did Starbucks succeed? Well, no. That was thanks to the LA County Health Department on Monday's evening for not obtaining proper permits.
You can't make rat coffee.
Dumb rat coffee.
Dumb rat coffee.
Well, but how can dumb Starbucks help it if their dumb customers choose to consume their dumb art?
There we go.
Really?
Number 2.
The mishaps plaguing the $50 billion Sochi Olympics just keep coming. But it's not just giving reporters fodder for a story, but turning them into the story. The headline now, what's up with Bob's eyes?
Oh. Yeah,
Bob
Costas.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't watch Olympics.
Okay, well, for anyone who has not been paying attention, how could you not pay attention to this?
Yeah, how are you unaware of this?
Costas, NBC's primetime Olympics host, entered these games with an infected eyeball. So he had an infection in one eye.
He came into these games with like 157 primetime start streak. He's been hosting the Olympics primetime show since 2000.
No, since 1988 is when he has been reporting about the Olympics.
Right, but it's a streak that started in 2000 after because CBS had the Nagano games. So he had this streak going, and then the first night he shows up in Sochi with his left eye was all puffy and pink.
Yeah.
Can't try to hide, you know. There's no use in pretending that Bob Costas doesn't have pink eye. And I've tried, but I'm afraid at last that it's now something I can't get past. Give him ski goggles and send him outside.
Ben's got parody face right now.
This is the worst song. This song's like 9 minutes long.
With each medal count he delivers, it spread to the right one so quick. Now all that I can say is ick. to take the high road.
Okay, this is like just painful.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
in a drastic move, Costas was forced to trade in his contacts for a pair of horn-rimmed glasses, which gave him a rather studious appearance. And on Monday night, he showed up with both eyes infected.
Yeah.
Looking to ease the pain, he knocked back a shot of vodka with Mary Carrillo.
And then he woke up
Isn't
one
that
morning.
against FCC regulations?
It's Russia.
Oh,
There's no
I
FCC in Russia. So he wakes up the next morning, and his eyes are swollen and crusted over. And every time he looks at the light, he starts tearing up, and it's like, I can't go. And so for the last 2 nights, it's been Matt Lauer.
Yes.
Hated Matt Lauer filling in for
That's
Bob
all it
Costas.
is. Oh, yeah. Why is he hated?
He has a reputation in the industry for being a jerk.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way the industry works.
He's assertive and independent.
As soon as the weakness
Right.
comes through, then you get replaced.
No, I think Bob
find him
Costas
glib.
is a spectacular broadcaster. A little bit of conjunctivitis is terrible. This is why you don't. This is why they told you not to use Russian
Don't
water on your
wash your
face.
face.
Don't
with the
go
water.
to Russia. Ever.
Hopefully he gets over it.
Number 1.
Soaring to the top is not for everyone. And because of this, Flappy Bird has been grounded.
Oh yes, this is these little tiny games. This was actually one of the least problemsome games that went viral.
Yes.
You get games like Candy Crush, which is actually just a way to get as much money out of. If you love playing Candy Crush and you keep paying money to play more Candy Crush, you can buy Bejeweled for like $3. It's the exact same game.
Okay, well, let's explain what Flappy Bird is. Ben, have you played it before?
Yes, when I heard that it was no longer going to be available in the App Store, I went, well, I might as well download it to see what all the hype was about.
Okay.
And it's you tap. It's the simplest possible interface. You have a bird, and you tap it to make it bounce in the air, and you have to get it through holes in pipes in order to score points. But it is far more difficult than its simplicity.
I would like to play it after the show. If you
Okay,
still have
well,
it.
it's still on my phone.
All right.
So
Well,
you'll be able to play it.
the game's creator pulled down the mobile hit on Sunday following a tweet he posted Saturday saying he planned to yank the popular game from app stores. I cannot take it anymore, he wrote. Recent tweets suggested the developer might have struggled with the newfound attention his game was receiving. In a tweet sent on February 4th, he asked for peace and said the press was overrating the success of the game. It was number 1, and it's a super simple game.
It was a free game. It was supported with advertisements. He said that it was only up for 28 days. He was making $50,000 a day from
Isn't that
advertisements.
crazy?
I will take his burden.
And his Flappy burden.
His Flappy burden.
Have you seen the stories about the people with Flappy Bird still installed on their phones, selling their phones?
Well, they're trying to sell their phones on eBay, but eBay is shutting that down, saying that you can't sell copyrighted material.
You can't sell a phone on eBay?
You can't sell
they're
a phone
selling
with
it-
copyrighted material on it.
Yeah, they're
so you can't
selling
sell an
it
iPod
as-
with music on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which isn't true.
Are they consistent
I bought
with
an
that?
iPod that was loaded with
Yeah,
music.
so they're not consistent. They hate
Well,
Well, you just don't advertise it. I mean, if you put on there that you have an iPod and you don't mention that it's got 2,000 songs, 1,900 I'm going to have to delete because they're horrible.
So he couldn't
eBay
handle
isn't any the smarter.
Yep.
he couldn't handle the success of it. I mean, I guess I don't blame him. The game is simple, technologically crude, and relatively uncreative. So why would anyone think such mindless entertainment could appeal to so many people?
people are mindless.
He
You knew
ultimately
that.
said the reason he shut it down is because too many people were addicted to it, and he couldn't live with the idea of getting people addicted to something so simple.
He will not be getting
He
a
should
job
run
in the
for
cigarette
office.
industry.
Siri, thank you so much for telling us what's trending. Your show, Saturdays with Siri, you can hear right here on Twin Cities News Talk, Saturdays from noon to 2.
Yes.
I'm eager to hear you.